Yep. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I think I don't know whether you remember the previous stop, what I taught you. A small recap we can do. I told you the factors of production. What are the factors of production? Anantita, can you tell? Factors of production? What are the factors? Factors of production. Okay, Anantita, I'll go to the another person. You just get ready. Okay, Hira, can you tell?
The aim of production is to produce the goods
Okay,
and
what are the
service.
factors? Four factors I told you. What are those?
mm,
Yes.
Land,
Yeah.
labor,
Yes.
physical capital,
Okay.
human capital.
Okay. So these are the four factors of production. Okay. Now on the basis of that four factors, we are going to see what is happening in Palampur. Okay. So first point we took, that is land. Okay. Then I told you that land has got a particular feature. What is that particular feature? Land is? Anyone?
And is fixed.
Yes, land is fixed. Okay. Now, to talk about Palampur, you know that in Palampur, almost all the area they have taken for cultivation. Okay, even the wasteland they took for cultivation. So there are no more area to be brought under the cultivation. So almost everything it is under cultivation. So that is one thing I told. Then I told, okay, if land is fixed, then what is the next step? How can we increase the production? Okay. Then I discussed about the three different cropping season. Three different cropping season in the sense three crops they cultivate in different months. One is in Kharif season, one is in Rabi season, another one short season where they cultivate the vegetables. Okay. Then I told you about sugarcane also. Sugarcane, how many months it takes somewhat, or how much time it takes for sugarcane to cultivate and get it harvested somewhat. Did I discuss this or not? No, it's not discussed. Kharif season, did I tell?
Ma'am, you told about the 3 seasons.
3 seasons I told. Okay.
Like with sugarcane.
3 seasons. Okay. Then sugarcane I'll just mention now. Somewhat 1 year it will take, it seems. So one land if it is taken for cultivation, somewhat the whole year it will be used for cultivation. Okay. That is the situation. Then so in Palampur they do all the 3 seasons, they do the cultivation. Okay. Now, how the production increased in Palampur, they have given few reasons here. The first reason, it is related to electricity. Did I tell that? Irrigation, electricity, tube well? No. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. Okay. Maybe after 1 week or 2 weeks, you might have been, you don't remember maybe. So, let me tell that. Here, the main reason for good production, or why the farmers are able to grow three crops in a year, that is irrigation. Okay. When I told about the feature of the Palampur, what did I say? That electricity, if you see the electricity connection, almost all the houses they had electricity connection. So it was very helpful for them to do the irrigation. Okay. Now, first in the beginning stage, what the government did, they set up a tube well for the people. So that was a public one. Okay. So first tube well was set up by whom? Who set up? The government. Okay. After that, you can see the people felt that okay, this tube well is very good, because if we set up in our own area, there is not much difficulty of getting water for irrigation. So they started setting up tube wells for themselves. So what happened? They set up more and more tube wells, and irrigation increased. So you can see the production is also increasing. Another step what they have taken, that is multiple cropping. Have you heard about this term, multiple cropping? Hmm? Have you heard about this term? If you are telling no, it's okay, fine. Let me tell. Have you heard? No. Multiple cropping in the sense on a given piece of land, the people are cultivating more than one crop in a year. Do you get what I said? Multiple cropping means what? Same piece of land. We are not taking another land, same piece of land. The farmers are cultivating not one crop here, more than one crop they are cultivating. That kind of cropping we call it as multiple cropping. So on the same land, growing more than one crop, that is known as multiple cropping. So what is multiple cropping? Lynette, can you tell? What is multiple?
In the
What is
same
yeah.
same piece of land,
Hmm.
a farmer is growing more than one crop.
Yes, on the same piece of land, the farmers are growing more than one crop. That is what you mean by multiple cropping. So what happens? Okay, one crop production they have done. Then they are going for the producing another kind of crop. So like this, what happens? They are able to produce more and more. Now I want everyone to switch on your video. Yes, fast. Yes, 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 yes. Everyone?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you put like something like mixed farming?
Yours, what you are asking, it's not clear.
Ma'am, like mixed farming.
Mixed farming, different types of, that is different types of crops are grown. That is what you mean by mixed farming. Okay. So here, in the multiple cropping, or one more thing is there, you might have heard about strip cropping, or on the same piece of land, sometimes they grow different types of crops. You know that on the same, at the same time, they cultivate different types of crops. That is also there. Okay. So here, one method what they have given, that is multiple cropping. Another method what they have given, that is modern method of farming. You might have heard about traditional method of farming, or you might have heard about modern method of farming. Okay, what I want you to write something related to traditional farming and modern farming. Okay, just write down the heading traditional farming. Traditional farming, just write it down. Yes. Then on the other side, you write it down modern farming. Okay. Then what you do, just write what all things they use in the traditional farming, what all things they use in the modern farming. Just write it down. Just 3 or 4 items you write it down. In the traditional farming, what all things the people use, I mean to produce. Okay. And in modern farming, what all things they use, write 3-4 things in that. Ritvik, Ken, Ellen, Nikhila, Adlio, Pooja, on your video, Nivedya.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
there is some sort of disturbance from your audio.
From my side,
Yes, ma'am.
is it? But nothing is there from my side. What about others? Others are hearing something like that?
Yes, ma'am.
It's like raining over
Now,
there.
okay.
Why I can't hear anything? What about now? Is it there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But I can't hear any some sound like that. Is it too much disturbing? Hmm? Just 1 minute. Okay, I have no idea why is it so. Okay, written down. Okay, that much time is enough. Okay, Anantita, can you tell now?
From 6 to 8.
So, tell about traditional farming. Traditional farming. Traditional farming. Yes? What is that? What all things we use under traditional farming? Okay, Vaishnavi, can you tell?
Natural fertilizers,
Natural fertilizer, very good.
normal seeds,
Normal seeds, okay. Then
and
what about the things they use for cultivation?
don't use big machineries or
What kind of machines they use?
like carts.
Yeah, I mean, with the help of bullocks, maybe plowing is done like that, or sickles are used like that. Okay, so that is some of the features you can see related to traditional farming. And what about modern farming? Isha, can you tell?
Ma'am, machine labor is used.
Yeah,
Chemical fertilizers and pesticides are used,
pesticides are used. Yes.
and high yielding variety of
Yeah,
seeds.
high yielding variety of seeds are used here. Okay, so this is just I wanted to know whether you know the difference of traditional method of farming and modern method of farming. I will tell you that is another one method to increase the production. Now, which one we should take up, whether traditional method or modern method of farming?
Modern.
Modern method.
Modern method of farming. So one method, multiple cropping, I told. Another method now we are coming to, that is modern farming here. Lakshmi, you asked about mixed farming, right? Mixed farming is one more thing you include. It's not only right the cultivation of crops and all, even the rearing of cattle, that is there, that I forgot. Okay, rearing of cattle and what is that? The farming together they do. Maybe one farmer is doing the same thing. That kind comes under the mixed farming. Okay, so here now we are going to how the people they wear.
Can you try reconnecting your audio?
Yeah, just let me see 1 minute. Okay, yeah. So what are the methods they have given here? How to increase the production? Two methods they have given. What are those? What are those? Now I told one method, and you have found the differences. What are the methods? In what way you can increase the production?
Modern method.
Modern method, one. Another one,
multiple
multiple cropping. Okay, so two methods what they have given or what they have used in Palanpur, that is multiple cropping and the modern method of farming. Irrigation facilities. The other green one, what you are seeing, that area you can see the people are having a good irrigation system, tube wells are set up, and at the same time you know that there more rivers are there. So it is very easy for them to get the water from there. Now they are going to tell what are the differences between traditional farming and the modern farming. Yeah, here they have given one meaning that is related to farm production. Yeah, these are the things you can see what we use in modern method of farming. Okay, so modern farming methods, you can see that HYV seeds we are using, fertilizers we are using, pesticides we are using, then dams why they have shown here, it is for electricity also, irrigation, pump sets are used for that, so a good irrigation you can see. Then here diesel is for what now? Why diesel? For the machinery what they are running there. Okay, so one point you can see, one important point you can see related to this, in traditional methods what all things we are using? Natural fertilizers, the seeds whatever they have with them that they are using, then water they are using, only these three, with these three things they can cultivate. But what happens when we talk about modern farming, what happens, we are using so many things here. So what will happen to the cost of production? Yeah, cost of production will be very high. Yes or no? Cost of production will be very high. If you think about traditional method, water they have with them, the seeds they have with them, natural fertilizer, that is maybe sometimes they use cow dung and all, that also will be available with them only, because whoever is doing farming, they will have cow and all with them. So that was very easy, cost of production it was very less. But as the farmers started practicing modern methods, what happened? Cost of production became very high. So why the cost of production became very high? Because of the use of all these things. Now, we are measuring the production in yield. Okay, have you heard about this term yield? Have you heard? What do you mean by yield? It yields. What is that?
Measure.
Yeah, it is actually crop produced on a given piece of land. That is what we call it as yield. Okay, so yield is measured. How we are measuring the yield? Crop produced on a given piece of land, how much it is on a particular land in a particular year or during that particular season. Okay, how much they produce, that is what you mean by yield. So we are measuring the production in terms of yield. What do you mean by yield? I mean, can you tell what do you mean by yield?
Crop produced on a given piece of land.
Crop produced on a given piece of land during a single season. That is what you mean by yield here. Okay. Now, here you can see two methods, that is multiple cropping, another one modern method of farming. Now, what all comes in that modern method of farming? Now, first thing, use of HYV seeds. Now, what is the difference between this traditional seeds and HYV seeds? Can anyone say?
HYV seeds will have more yield.
HYV seeds will have more yield. For example, or otherwise you can say that if you take a plant, have you seen this rice plant? Have you?
Ma'am.
No or yes?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Many of them have not seen only, I think. Okay. So, if you take one plant, you can see so many grains in that like that. Yes? Like this, so many grains you can see. My drawing is not that good, okay? Now, another one. Think that this is the traditional one. Okay? Now, think of HYV seeds, how the production from HYV seeds, if you see, more grains will be there on the HYV, that particular plants or that particular rice plant or anything like that. So, you understood the difference. What is the difference between the traditional seeds and the HYV seeds? Traditional seeds, you can see less number of grains here and there like that. But if you see the HYV seeds, the grains will be clustered together. So, what will happen? On the same piece of land we are cultivating. So, what will happen to the production? Yes, what will happen to the production?
Increases.
It will increase like anything. We are not increasing the land, we are using the HYV seeds. So along with the HYV seeds, what are we doing? And one more thing is there, HYV seeds demand more water. They require more water. So irrigation is required. At the same time, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, all these things should be applied to get a good result. Okay, so that is done mainly in the modern method of farming. So that's what I have given. HYV seeds, they require plenty of water. They are not like the traditional seeds. They require plenty of water. At the same time, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, all these things are applied. Now, higher yield is possible with these combination. What combination? HYV seeds, irrigation, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, all these things if we bring together, then only you are going to get high yield. Okay. So that we'll see the video once more. Just 1 minute. Yes. Yeah, this is what they are showing as yield. What do you mean by yield? Yeah, on a piece of land, how much you get, that is what you mean by yield. So it is becoming more and more expensive here. So when they apply the tube wells, when they apply the running of engines, especially for the running of motor for the water, it is becoming more and more expensive here. Yes, as they started getting more and more production, they started getting money. So what they did, they invested that money in buying the machines and all. So things are becoming more and more faster now. So more and more production, more faster they can do the cultivation. Yeah, this is what they are showing regarding that grain. One plant of traditional modern farming, how it is traditional farming, less grains. Now, which group of people they used this method of farming? That is what it is given. It was mainly used by the farmers of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so it was not applicable for all over India. In India's case, if you see, mainly the farmers of Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh, they were using all the modern methods of farming. Or you might have heard that this green revolution was mainly happening in Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so they were the ones who first tried out the modern method of farming, and as a result you can see what happened to the production. Okay, so here the production, it went up, it has increased to 3200. This example we are talking about Palampur. Okay, it was very less before. It was 1300 kg per hectare. Before it was like that, but when they started using the modern method of farming, what happened? It has increased to 3200 kg per hectare. So you can see a drastic increase in the production. Okay. Now, if we are going on using this chemical fertilizers, do you think that that is good for the land?
No.
No. Okay, so what will happen to the land if you are going on using this fertilizers?
The fertility of the land will decrease.
The fertility of the land will decrease. Okay, now that shows that we are overusing the resources, in the sense we are overutilizing the soil here. Okay, now is it that only soil we are using? Are we using anything else? Water, yes, tube well irrigation. Because I told that modern farming method needs a lot of water. So when we are using a lot of water, what will happen?
there is scarcity of water.
There will be scarcity of water. You know that tube wells take water from where?
Underground.
Underground. In the sense it is groundwater. Okay. And there is a level of water there underground. What do you call for that? There is a particular term for that. What is that? Level of water below the ground. What is that? Anyone? Groundwater? Water table. Have you heard about this? Yes or no? No. Okay, groundwater table level you might have heard, or water table level, that is what we call. So what will happen if you are going on taking this water from underground? What will happen? Huh? It will become low, or it will be decreased. For example, you know that below the rocks, you might have studied about the layers of soil, right?
Yes.
In that there is an area where water settles down. So there is this much, if this is full soil, there is an area where water remains there. So if you are going on taking water from this, what will happen to this level? This will get reduced, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So that groundwater table or water table level will be reduced in this areas where we are using lot of water. So these are some of the bad effects you can see, or we say depletion of water table. What do you mean by depletion of water table? What do you mean by depletion of water table? Reduction of water table. Okay, so that is what I have given in the next slide here. We are overusing the natural base. What all things come under the natural base? Soil, water and all those things. What happens because of the use of chemical fertilizers? Loss of soil fertility. What will happen to the water table if too much of irrigation? That means because this will result in depletion of water table. Now, so what do you feel that environmental resource, water, soil fertility, all these things, whether it will it will be forming within 1 day or 2 days? How is it? How is it? It will take lot of time to form the soil or to get the or to make the water table to remain in that. All those things, it will take lot of time, especially the soil formation. You know how the fertility is increased. You are studying in biology also. Okay, so how the soil fertility is added up. What happens if you are continuously using lot of chemical fertilizers? What will happen? It will lose its fertility. You know that when we are taking medicines, if you take too much of medicine, what will happen to us? Okay, I used to get fever all the time, so I'll just take every time I will be taking crocin. So when again or something, always I take some antibiotic like that. If I take, what will happen after some time?
In future, there will be no effect.
There will be
No effect.
no effect. Very good. That's what I want. Okay, there will not be any effect at all. Okay, I maybe for fever, fever or something like that, I am going on taking antibiotic. Maybe after some time, the amount of antibiotic what I am taking, that will not have any effect on my disease. Okay, so afterwards, what I have to do? What I have to do then? It doesn't have any effect. So
Go to the doctor.
no. Doctor is only giving you thing like that. Then what will happen? What is the next step then? If it doesn't have any effect on
Take another
me,
medicine.
take another medicine, or take another medicine in the sense same antibiotic only, na?
Stay for some time without having any medicine, then later.
Okay, no, I don't want that. It is
Ma'am.
something. It is something that
For
see.
effective medicine.
Okay. I will tell. See, if you are taking 500 mg for this disease, whatever it is, what will happen after some time? That doesn't have any effect on you. So you may go for 750 mg. Yes or no? Yes or no? your that dose will be increased. Yes. So the same thing happened to the land also. You are going on applying the chemical fertilizers. After some time, there is no use of chemical fertilizer on the soil. So what you have to do? Put more and more chemical fertilizer. Then that will result actually, or that will degrade the land. So that is a bad effect of modern method of farming that we will discuss the remaining in the next, Friday. Before that, let me take the attendance. Just 1 minute. 9A, right? Adikesh,
Present, ma'am.
Abhiram,
Present, ma'am.
Adlio, Advait Murali,
Present, ma'am.
Advait Sinoob, not there, absent. Ehsan, absent.
Present.
Advait,
I'm a big sino busy in the class.
okay, then why, if anything is there like that, please others tell, okay? Okay, Ehsan, present or absent? Absent. Albert,
Present, ma'am.
Ellen,
Present, ma'am.
present. Alvin, absent. Okay. Amaljit, fast, just check. Adikesh, please check. Amin,
Present, ma'am.
present. Anantita,
Present, ma'am.
Anashwara,
Present, ma'am.
Anjana.
Ma'am, Baljit is absent.
Okay. Anjana, absent. Benedict, absent. Fadil, absent. Hira,
Present, ma'am.
present. Henan, absent. Hrithwik,
Present, ma'am.
present. Iron, absent.
Present.
Present. Isha, present. Ken, present. Lakshmi,
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi Nandakumar, present. Lynette,
Present, ma'am.
Nadeem, absent. Nandana Sharath,
Present, ma'am.
present. Navneet was there in the beginning, then he left or what?
No, he was there in the beginning, but he's not there.
Okay, Nikhila,
Present, ma'am.
Nivetya,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja, Sridev, Suryadev,
Present, ma'am.
Tamanna,
Present, ma'am.
Tom Jose,
Present, ma'am.
Vaishnavi.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Ma'am,
Yeah, yeah, any doubt?
ma'am, you have sent history notes, right?
I sent history notes and I told you to write. Did I tell you to write anything? No. Okay. Okay. Then you ask me in the next class. Okay. Don't forget. Okay. I'll be telling you to write few things from that. Then ask me in the next class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.